start the recording as well. So first of all, a very warm welcome to all of you for joining us today. I'm Sadhia. I'll be facilitating this event, and we're just so super excited to see all of you here. Right now we're 33 participants and we have around 70 people signed up, and they will be joining us as we go. Let me start by sharing my screen with all of you. Are you able to see my screen? Yeah. Yes, great. Yeah. So a very warm welcome to all of you. This event has been organized by 4 people. We have the organizing team here. Let's start with Sanjay Saini. If you could unmute yourself and just say hello to the audience, that would be great.
Hello, myself Sanjay.
And then we have Amit.
Hi guys, I'm at this side.
And then we have Dinesh.
Hello.
Hi Dinesh, and then you have me. So we've been planning this event because we're really interested in leadership, especially agile leadership, and what does it mean in these times that we're living in. That is our focus point for today. And if, there you go. This event is actually a non-profit event. So all the tickets that you have bought, all that fees will be donated to Akshapatra, which is an NGO that really cares about helping orphans and also folks who don't have homes, and also providing schools for children. So this is a cause that we really care about, and you're actually making a difference by being here today at the event. So thank you once again for being here. We believe in paying it forward, and you're actually doing that with us today. Now, we've prepared a poll on Mentimeter, and that's because we're interested in what you think leadership is all about. Just in a second, I will share a link to Mentimeter along with a code, so you can start giving your thoughts on leadership. The link will be shared in the chat right now. And if you do need a code to enter, this is the code. It's also coming your way. Are you able to enter Mentimeter? Yes, I'm seeing some nods. And then let's take a look at Mentimeter. Wow, we're getting really interesting keywords up there. Let's start with coach. Leadership is coaching. Leadership is all about leading by example. It's all about listening. It's all about providing motivation. And it's also having a vision for where you want to go. It's also about inclusivity and diversity. Following that, empowering people. A leader is an innovator. A leader is a teacher. A leader takes ownership. And a leader is able to deal with ambiguity and doesn't really care about the title, right? So there's not really that need to be so formal. A leader is there to lead. A leader is a servant. And a leader is conscious about the world the leader operates in, conscious about the people it's there to serve. Very interesting. I'm also quite curious about hope. A leader provides hope in times that can be difficult to navigate in. Very interesting indeed. And this one, bringing people together. I'm curious to know if there's a comment on this from our audience members. When you see all of this describing leadership, how does that make you feel? And if I can't see your hands that have been raised, feel free to just jump in, unmute yourself.
We see this a lot in the conferences and the books, but we never see this in reality.
And what do you think that's stopping us from seeing this in reality?
I think it's the fear. It's the fear of failure that's making the system not to live these values in spirit.
The fear of failure that's keeping us back.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Thank you, Anand. Any other thoughts?
As if I am a person who's kind of leading my team as a people manager, the onus is on me to kind of explain all this, because many in the team may not be so much experienced, right? So whatever I have learned with my experience over the last so many years, it is the responsibility of myself to actually when I have a one-on-one with my team, to explain all of this to them.
So a leader has the responsibility to explain and show the way, even if it's hard to grasp. That's what I am hearing. Yeah. Deepa, I saw you had your hand up.
Yeah, maybe I'm pointing out the obvious, but I think, when you look at all these words, and maybe as Anand was saying, there's, so many books, there are so many things that a leader can and should do. There's so much. So I think it's kind of it can feel sometimes like an overwhelming responsibility.
Too many things to actually focus on, and that's why it can be overwhelming for the leaders. That's how it should be understood, Deepa? That it's overwhelming for a leader to navigate all of these.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it sounds negative, but it's a really big job to be, to be all of this, to be empathetic and visionary and inspirational and a servant and a teacher and a coach. Like it's so many roles. It's so many things to be.
So many roles and so many expectations. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that. What you just mentioned is something that we'll be tapping into today, actually. And I'll also just share something else with you, because if you look at the definition of so-called agile leadership, this is from Management 3.0. This is how they define agile leadership. It's the ability to be calm in the face of pressure, reacting to unique circumstances, being open to innovation, finding ways to inspire, and also involving employees. Plus, you prioritize people over processes, you focus on customer needs, and you see change as adding value. And all of these things tap really into what you just said about leadership. And Therefore, it also taps into the 6 amazing speakers that we will be seeing today. You know, being able to deal with uncertainty and living with the knowledge about tomorrow, or rather, no knowledge about tomorrow. That's something that we will be hearing Anand Murthy Raj walking us through. But how do you meet up as a leader when there's so much change and uncertainty? How do you make sure that you are leading authentically? That's the topic of Salome that we will also be listening in on. Followed by, how do you make sure that you still meet up as a professional and competent leader? Because people see you, they have expectations to your role, and they want to see you as the competent leader. So how do you make sure that you keep on being in that competent role? Customer success, understanding the needs of the customer, needs of the users. That's something that Anna Durai will be tapping into as well through his talk. And Deepa, you will be tapping into the non-alienated aspect of work. Also, how do we make sure that we have inclusivity in our leadership or workplaces today? And finally, we'll be ending with Patricia Kong's talk about evidence-based management. Is there any data that's backing management practices up? That's what Patricia will be talking about by the end. And we will finish all of this around 7:45 p.m. Indian time. That's roughly 3:30 Danish time. And we will have a few minutes for discussion and questions. So please write your questions down and we'll make sure to go through them as we go along. And if not, by the end of Patricia's session. So yes, that's the program for